Welcome. I'm Heather. Thanks so much for joining me for this Yin Yoga session. We are practicing right before bedtime, but you can do this practice anytime that you need to more deeply relax, release any stress and tension from your body or your mind. But we're using it tonight to help us settle and get a deep night's sleep. If you'd like to start in easy pose, like I am in, you can sit cross-legged. Just elevate your hips with something. I'm sitting on a yoga block. Elevate your hips so that they're higher than your knees. And take a few moments to get yourself settled comfortably, releasing any strain or holding that we may be doing throughout our day. Could be in the shoulders, so just let the shoulders release. And I encourage you at any time tonight, make sure that you find what works for you. If you want to do something a little different, please do. If you want to change your position, if you need to simply just lie down and breathe at any point, I strongly encourage you to do what feels good. This is your time. So if you'd like now to close your eyes, allow yourself to become present, more and more present with each cycle of your breath. So following the cycle of your breath as it comes in through your nostrils, flowing down into your body. Maybe a little pause before you exhale and follow the breath all the way out as it releases all the way out through the nostrils. You can allow your breath to be natural at first, watching the rhythm, and slowly beginning to deepen your inhale down a little deeper into your body. Feel your body open a little wider. Pause before you exhale. And release all the breath out with a long exhalation. So again, I encourage you to breathe in deep, to pause, to hold your breath for a moment, and then exhale out through your mouth this time with an audible sigh, releasing. Let's do that for 2 more breaths. And just remind yourself that this is your time. There's nothing else you need to be doing or thinking about. There's nowhere else you need to go. Allow yourself to more deeply settle into the here and now. Paying attention to how your body feels and how your breath is flowing. We're going to start off with a nice, gentle, slow movement for the neck. We're going to roll the head in a half circle from side to side. You can go ahead and do that now, gently. You might also move with your breath as you inhale, rolling your head one way, and as you exhale, rolling your head the other way. And this time, as you roll your head with your ear in line over the shoulder, say the left shoulder, so we're all on the same page here. We're going to reach out through the right arm Just bring your fingertips down to the mat. Let's lift the left arm up and just place it on the side of your head. Okay. Just allow the natural weight of your hand here. Just rest here. We're not forcing or pushing, just gently opening a side of the neck. And feel that stretch. Breathe nice and slow and deep. And the breath is key to helping the body release, to let go of any of that tightness that you might be feeling. And again, the breath keeps you present in yourself, which is where we strive to be in our yoga practice. We strive to always pay attention, to be mindful. So focusing gently on your body, releasing tension in the jaw. And we're going to slowly just bring the hand that was on the side of the head around to the back of the skull. And for a moment, push your head into your hand. Just gently push your head into your hand. And at this point, with your hand that's outstretched, fingers on the floor, bring that arm behind you and release the pressure of your head into your hand. Release that pressure and allow your head to sink down towards that side of your chest. So with my right arm behind, my head is angled towards the left side of the chest. And slowly releasing the arm from the back, come back to center and release. Release your head, release your arms. Feel into the tops of your shoulders and a little bit of a movement circling here. And go ahead and change your leg position anytime you need to. If you need to release this position, feel free to just stretch your legs out if that's more comfortable for you at any point. Okay. Just going to roll the shoulders a little bit more. And then we will gently angle the head over the other ear in line over the other shoulder. So now it's my right ear in line with the right shoulder, bringing the left arm out to the side, maybe a bit back. Bringing the right arm around to the side of the head. Again, just natural weight, not pushing or forcing. Release any tension in your jaw. We're helping to release some of the stress that we can feel in the neck. The neck has a big job all day to carry to keep the head aligned, and the head is it's quite heavy, so it can really prove to be a challenge for the neck to keep the head in alignment. And then we're going to slowly bring that arm behind the back, just across the low back. We're going to bring the hand to the back of the head, gently push the head back into the hand, angled the chin over to the right side slightly. And then we're gonna release the pressure of the head on the head, pushing into the hand, release that, and just let the chin slightly come down, angled towards the right side of the chest. One more breath here. Slowly release your arm from behind there, from your back. Release your head back to center and your arm. Bring those hands up, this time onto the shoulders. Release and loosen here with some circles. Opposite direction. Okay, we're going to go back to our starting position with the legs, or even if you want to bring your feet together for this butterfly position, we're going to bring the hands to the knees and we're going to begin circling the torso in a clockwise direction. So slowly leaning forward, rolling to the side, to the back, to the other side. A nice slow motion to help loosen the lower back. And then as you come forward this time, let's switch and reverse, circling in the opposite direction a few times. And we'll come back to center for our butterfly pose, sitting up nice and tall. And on the next exhalation, come forward for a few breaths. And here, we won't hold it too long tonight, but I always find it's nice to support the head, helping to release the neck. I like to put a pillow there or a bolster and just allow the whole upper body to just settle deeper, relaxing any holding or gripping, any tensing of the muscles of your neck, shoulders, back. So don't worry if you don't have anything to rest your head on. It's just a variation if you have something available. We'll stay here for about 3 more breaths. Mhm. Again, just try to let go of your body as much as you can. Allow gravity to naturally inch you closer to the floor. And then you can use your hands to push up. So place your hands closer to your feet, slide them in, and push back to center. We'll release the legs. Okay. And I'm just going to show you this next movement from the side so you can see. I'm going to bring the hands behind, knees are bent, and rocking from side to side. Okay, this time as you come back to center, drop your knees to the other side, and we're gonna look over the opposite shoulder. And come back to center, and we'll bring the legs to the other side, lowering them, looking to the other side. And breath here, and trying to just keep coming back to your body sensations where you feel this, encouraging the breath to keep a slow, steady pace. You're helping your breath find the very rhythmic, slow pace. Coming back to center on the next inhale. And we'll stretch out straight out through the legs. And we're gonna, again, maybe sit on a little something. You can take your cushion or your folded blanket, works. And just prop up your hips a little bit. With the next breath in, if you'd like to slowly reach through the arms, lengthening through your whole upper body. And on the exhalation, you can come over, and we're going to come into the yin positions called caterpillar. But I'm going to show you a variation if you like to slide something underneath your knees, or even just bend your knees and allow your upper body to fold over your legs. I like to use a little head support here if I can find the right position. Once you find yourself settling here, yeah, we're just going to stay here for about a minute or so, helping to open up the back of the body. And forward bends are very calming and soothing. Again, especially if you can find a comfortable position to be in. Focusing on the breath flowing through the back. And if you find that your body's releasing, you can always try straightening your legs a little bit. Of course, there's always an option to change again and find what works for you. If you want to widen your legs out a little bit more, by all means, go ahead and do that for the last few moments we're here. And then we're going to make our way out of this posture. Very slowly walk your hands back in towards your hips. Come back to center. straight and lined through your upper back or through your whole back. And we're going to change our position slowly. We're going to come over. So I'm just going to bring my feet to one side and switch so that I'm positioned with my body in table pose. A little bit of movement here, circling through your hips. In the opposite direction. We'll do a few rounds of the cat-cow. On the exhalation, belly comes in, back arches, head down, chin towards chest. And your inhale, slowly looking forward. Lifting your chin. And exhale again, lifting your belly towards your spine, arching your back. Move slowly in sync with your breath. We'll do two more like that. At the end of this exhalation, and release, come back to center. We're going to lift up through the left arm. So if you can, lift it up towards the ceiling and then bring it back down, but slide it through underneath your body, palm facing up, coming all the way down onto the left shoulder, the left side of your head. Using your right hand to support you here in thread the needle pose. Decide a variation. If you like, you can keep your hand here. You can also reach it out, straight out in line with your shoulder. Or another variation is bringing it to your lower back. Okay, so just find what works for you tonight. And follow your breath here. Two more breaths. Let's slowly bring right hand back. If it's somewhere else, you can push into your hand, come back to center. Let's reverse the direction of our hands or bring the fingers towards the knees, and you can have your palms lifted. Decide what feels good here. And bring your knees in a little bit. Let's arch up into the cat and slowly release, looking forward. And do two more breaths like this. If this causes any pain in your wrists, please come out of it, or you don't have to add the cat-cow. Just again, do what feels right. Okay, we'll come back to center. Just slowly peel your hands out of that position. And we're going to lift the right arm straight up. come all the way through to the other side until you sink down onto your right shoulder, right side of your head. And decide the positioning for your left arm this time. Soften your jaw. Breathe through your whole body here. Look deep in your breath. And let go with a longer exhalation. Stay for 3 more breaths. Next inhale, begin bringing your left hand right underneath your shoulder again. Release back to center. Let's come down onto the elbow, slide the arms a little further out in front, and slide your head right down in between your arms for melting heart or puppy pose. And just a reminder, the yin style is about seeing how much you can let go into the pose, releasing any resistance. To come out of this one, we'll pull at the elbows and slowly lift the head. Bring the head actually all the way forward until you slide down onto your legs, hips, belly. For the Sphinx, the next pose, a gentle back bend, elbows underneath the shoulders. And if you need to, you can also slide your arms out a little bit more. Be here, allowing, not forcing, not even doing anything. We release the effort from the outer body, the outer muscles, so that we can access opening the body more inward, deeper inside towards the center, towards the joints, opening and creating more space. passively. And every pose can become like a meditation. And that could be the challenge, to stay here, to stay in it, present. But the challenge is how we develop our practice. How we go deeper. So we're just gonna now slide the arms straight out in front, let the head come right down. And slowly release the arms. We're gonna bring them down and underneath the shoulders. We're gonna press into them to come off the belly and come all the way back. With the hips towards the heels in child's pose. Go ahead and use support. Like, an option is to place anything underneath the upper body. And let your body melt here. Releasing, again, all effort. And slowly come back. Walking the hands in. You can come forward and release that pose. You can circle your feet, lifting your feet off the mat a few inches and rolling out the ankles. And curl the toes under, press back to come into a foot stretch for a few breaths. And then we'll release that, come forward again. And this time we're going to make our way onto our back. So before we come right down, make sure you have anything you want to use. That's to support your body for our Shavasana at the end, final relaxation. Come down slowly, lowering down onto your lower back, and then roll onto your mid back. Support your head for a moment with your hands. Let the weight of your head sink into your hands without fully letting your head rest on the floor. Keeping your head slightly lifted, but letting your head settle deep down towards the floor. Release the weight of it. And then release and reach your arms right over your head right down. We'll slowly release the arms and catch the knees. We're going to bring the knees in towards the chest. You can rock a little side to side here. And then just pull the legs right in. And rock your head from side to side a little bit. And come back to center. And we're going to release the feet down, keep the knees bent. We're going to come into a twist. We're slowly lowering both legs to one side, stacking the legs one on top of the other. You can use your hand on that side to bring that top leg a little further down if you wish, and reach that other arm straight out to the side. Let the arm sink, the shoulder to release down, and turn your head to that outstretched arm side. Breathe here. Before we come into this one, if you'd like to try coming into a different position with that outstretched arm, just slide the arm up a little higher so that it starts to come alongside your head. See if you can relax the arm though, let the shoulder sink. And then release the arm again, back down or back out to the side. Slowly release the legs, bring them back to center. And begin to lower your legs to the other side. If you'd like, you can use that hand on that side to catch the top leg. Reach the other arm right out to the side, shoulder down. Head turn to that side. And always use support to hear perhaps something between the legs. And before we come out of it, we might bring that arm up again on that other side alongside the head. And release that arm again out to the side. And bring the legs back in to center. And maybe one more time into the chest. And then go ahead and release your legs. We're going to do one more pose. We won't hold this one too long, but just to come into a side stretch, a reclined side stretch. We're going to bring both legs sliding over to the left side of the mat, crossing the right ankle over the left. Now with your upper body, if you want to try to reach over a little bit more to that left side as well. This is banana asana. It's a really nice way to come into a reclined passive side bend. So you can grab your right arm, right wrist with your left hand and gently pull it over to the left. But find a comfortable spot to be here in this banana shape. Resting your right hip down. And releasing your arms back to center. And release the legs. Reach up and over your head, straight in line this time. And then sliding your legs to the right side of your mat, crossing your left ankle over the right, and slowly begin inching your upper body, your arms, your head, your shoulders over to the right side. Find a comfortable place to position your arms, maybe holding that left wrist with your right hand, left hip down. And breath here, slow and steady. Continue to follow the cycle of your breath, flowing in and out. Settling your mind into the body. And then slowly releasing the arms first back to center. And let go through the legs. Maybe widen out a little bit through your feet. Release your feet and release your arms. And we've come into our final position for the night. Shavasana. If you'd like, you can change your position to be more comfortable. Maybe sliding something underneath the legs, covering up with a blanket. And because here on our live class, we're so close to bedtime, if you want to just slip right off to bed, feel free to do that too. But take this pose with you as you settle into your bed. And even if you're still with me here tonight, come back to it. The last thing you do as you get settled into your bed, conscious breaths, consciously noticing your breath coming in and out. Like a wave rising and releasing through your torso. Soften and let go everywhere through your feet and your legs, through your hips, low back, and belly. Just encourage more release. Arms comfortably heavy. Feel the back of your head release. The weight of it down into your mat, or into your support. Soften everywhere. Soften the muscles in your face, your jaw. When we let go, we open our body up. We open our mind up. We allow for an expanded sense of self and awareness. And just remind yourself there's nothing else you have to do now. Nowhere else you have to go. Allow yourself to come into a state of peacefulness. Allow for every cell in your body to recharge, to become renewed. When we let go and we just let our body take over, get ourselves out of the way, the things that we typically do, we're allowing for deep rest, deep healing in this pose. We rejuvenate every cell. Focusing on your breath. And this time allowing your breath to breathe you. So your most natural breath flowing through. I'm going to begin. Just wiggle your fingers a little. And wiggle your toes. Stretch a little more, a little movement. A little more movement in your feet, your ankles. And maybe a little movement again in your wrists, your hands rotating there. Let's bring the arms right over the head for one last big stretch. And come out of this posture slowly on your own time and bend your knees. You can bring your knees to the chest again. And when you're ready, rolling over onto your side. Let's be really gentle with ourselves and use your hands to come back up to sitting. And I hope you have a wonderful rest. Sleep well and take good care of yourself. Namaste. And I hope to see you again soon.